Okay, y'all. So, Consciously Kai, I want to talk today about something that's been on my mind for not just today, but years. All the diets, all the books, all the various ways to eat, to live, mainly to eat, to diet. So, let's talk about
Okay,
that.
y'all. So let's talk about all these diets. So this has been a topic on my mind for some months now. I was gonna do this talk like right after I did my 21-day fast back in at the beginning of the year, but I just never got around to it. So let's get into it real quick. So reason why I wanted to do this video or talk about this is because I myself have been so overwhelmed, inundated with information about what we should eat, what we should do, which path we should follow, what's good for us, what's not good for us. And to be quite honest, it's gotten on my nerves a little bit because it has caused me to completely walk away at one point in my life from a plant-based lifestyle because I was so confused with all the information I was getting. I would one moment we could eat eggs, one moment we couldn't. Okay, these are now I'm talking about prior to plant-based life. One moment, you could eat white meat, then it was like the brown meat or the dark meat. You get what I'm saying. Information keeps constantly changing. So fast forward to now, I'm now eating a plant-based diet, vegan mostly for the majority of it. And then I get into this world where within the plant-based world, you have, okay, the SOS people, the salt, oil, and sugar-free people. And it's like, oh, you can't eat grains. You can't eat, not the SOS people, but just in general, these different segments within the vegan vegetarian world that you can't do this, you don't do that. And don't even get me started on the alkaline people, okay? Because I do love me some Dr. Sebi, but I find that his food list is very short, and I'm not knocking that because I don't think he's wrong about it, but it's hard for me to follow that exclusively. So anyway, about these different diets, okay, and what I want to share with you, because many of us are confused, and we don't have to be confused. And the reason why we don't have to be confused is because when you go outside and you look at the animals, okay, just go into nature anywhere around the world, look at the animals. They are not over analyzing what they eat, okay? And I know someone will say, "Oh, well, we're not animals." No, we're not animals, but we study our civilization is built off of what we learn in nature. Look at airplanes; they study the bird, and so um, when you go to when you're out in nature, like right here outside my house, there's a squirrel. This squirrel comes every day. It might be a different squirrel, I don't know. Grabs this little acorn, looks at it, eats it, chomps away at it, and then runs away. And then I just thought to myself, I was like, man, um, the squirrel doesn't sit there and say, am I going to eat this acorn? Am I going to eat the organic one? Or am I going to eat the conventional one? Does this one have too much sugar? They don't have all those things to worry about. They eat their food and they go about their day. So then why is it that we as humans, we can't do that? We have to overanalyze everything that we eat. Even when you switch from worlds like I did, from a meat eating world to the plant eating world, even within the plant eating world, there are people that say, oh, well, now that you eat plants, you got to let go of the oil, you got to let go of the grains, you got to let go of the wheat, you got to let go of this and that. It's just so much, y'all. It is so much. So going back to my analogy about animals in nature, they don't complicate it, okay? And the message of this video today is for you not to complicate it at all either. I like eating a plant-based diet. It makes me feel better. Along with doing fasting, it makes me feel better. My mind isn't driven crazy, but I'm not saying that is the way for you. I'm just saying that is what I am doing at this time. It may not even be the way for me, but it's this the way for me at this time. And so when we hear all these different peoples and have read all these different books, you have to be in tuned enough with yourself to figure out what you're going to take and what you're going to leave. Because it's not a one size fits all when it comes to all these diets. I know people who eat meat, they're fit, they appear to be fit, they are physically fit, they're active, and they appear to be healthy. But then, you can meet someone that eats a plant-based diet and they're overweight, breathing hard, and having a hard time. You can't even go by any of that either, because you don't know what's going on inside of someone's inner body. Their outer body may look a certain way, but you don't know what's going on inside their body, their heart, their arteries. You don't know if they have high blood pressure, if they're on some type of medication. You don't know all that. And so we have to find out what works best for us. There's so many people that swear by keto, okay? So many. I'm not saying they're wrong, but it don't work for me. Like the minute I tried that, I was like, nope, this is not gonna work. It's not gonna work, and I don't want to be miserable. You think the squirrels out there miserable? And they only eat one thing that I know of. Now, there is a guy who has a squirrel on social media, and I don't know if he feeds that squirrel, but I only see squirrels eat one thing. They eat their little acorns or their nuts, whatever that is. That's all I see them eat, and then they go about their business. And so for us, we have this variety of food to choose from, yet we still have so much trouble finding what works for us. And society has a way of demonizing certain food groups because it's making people fat, they say. Then you hear certain things out of context, and then you don't know that they're saying, oh, I don't eat carbs. Well, some people, when they say they don't eat carbs, I think, oh, so what, you just eat meat? Well, they don't eat, I guess, complex carbs. Anyway, whatever the case is, it's just too much and it's too complicated. So what I want to say to my viewers, my supporters, is that, hey, connect with yourself and do what feels good to you. What feels good to you? And I don't mean just to your taste buds, because something can feel good to your taste buds or whatever, and then when it gets in your body, it may cause inflammation. If you're connected enough, you'll know that. And when you find that out, stop doing that thing. When you know better, do better. But only you know what's better, okay? Only you know what's better. And so that's what I want to say, basically. And I hope did I say it? It's basically to do you. Find the thing that works for you. I like to share my plant-based recipes, but guess what? I go watch people that make meat meals or meat recipes using meat, and I'll turn that around for me as vegan. I'll turn it around to make it a vegan meal. Or sometimes I look at the vegan people do different stuff. But anyway, I don't want to demonize anybody for not being plant-based or eating the way they want to eat. I just want people to do what is good for them. Find that out. It's not something that will happen tomorrow. It's trial and error. You have to constantly figure out what works for you. I mean, even in this plant-based vegan world, when I go try all these different foods, some of those foods, I eat them and I feel them sitting at the bottom of my stomach. Like, just sitting there. Like, what the heck did I just eat? And so I'm just saying that I'm constantly evolving and learning, and I want you to do the same and to not feel stressed while you're doing it, to just find what works for you, and then if it doesn't work anymore, try something else. Try something else. And that leads me to my last point, my last important thing that I want to share with you all is that what I'm going to be doing here in the next 2 days, today's Monday, on Wednesday, I'm going to start my own little personal raw food challenge where I will be for 30 days, be eating just raw, whole food, plant-based food. No cooked food, just raw and juicing. I got me a brand new fancy juicer, so I am I've started using it, but I want to actually see how it feels to eat the live food with all the live nutrients and the enzymes and see how that feels on my body for 30 days. Now, I don't know if that will turn me into a raw foodist. I don't know. I don't. I don't feel like it will, because it's some things that I like, and I don't know that I'm ready to get rid of them right now, and they are not raw. But I'm going to try this challenge, and if you want to try this challenge with me and just keep me posted on your challenge, please do, or comment below and give me some ideas on how we can all stay connected, because I am so excited to try this. I'm excited and then scared at the same time, because I really have no clue what I'm going to eat. I mean, I know I can eat some whole fruit. I know I can eat some whole things. And I have a few little recipes that I've made that are raw, but I don't have like a full out plan. So just wish me well on that. And if you all have any questions for me or want to know anything about me, or about this raw food challenge, please don't hesitate to send me a message, comment below. But until then, do what works best for you, and connect from yourself from within, and then everything else will be all right from the outside. Bye.